Remember Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the two Japanese cities that were destroyed by American atom bombs in August 1945. It marked the first and only use of nuclear weapons in a military conflict. 140,000 people died in Hiroshima, 74,000 died in Nagasaki. While the world shudders to think about the consequences of a nuclear attack, Pakistan sings a different tune. It threatens India and the world with a nuclear attack. That's called nuclear blackmail. Rogue states use this strategy to blackmail their geopolitical rivals and scare the world. They tell the world that if their enemy does not back off in a military confrontation or war, they won't hesitate to use nukes to kill their enemy. They don't care that nuclear weapons are meant for deterrence, that they are meant to prevent wars and not to start or end military conflicts. Pakistan thought it could scare India with nuclear blackmail after killing 26 innocent lives in the April 22 Pahalgam terror attack. But it failed again. India launched Operation Sindoor and delivered this blunt message to Pakistan.
कोई भी न्यूक्लियर ब्लैकमेल भारत नहीं सहेगा। न्यूक्लियर ब्लैकमेल की आड़ में पनप रहे आतंकी ठिकानों पर भारत सटीक और निर्णायक प्रहार करेगा।
Nuclear blackmail is part of a familiar pattern that Pakistan follows. After every major crisis between India and Pakistan, Pakistani officials have issued veiled or explicit nuclear threats. Pakistan's nuclear blackmail started with Operation Brasstacks in 1987. During large-scale Indian military exercises, Pakistan's then President Zia-ul-Haq and nuclear scientist Abdul Qadir Khan issued explicit warnings that Pakistan would use nuclear weapons if its existence was threatened. In 1990, amidst rising tensions in Kashmir due to cross-border terrorism, Pakistan's foreign minister warned India that war clouds would gather if the situation escalated, hinting at nuclear consequences. Post-1998 nuclear tests, Pakistan's nuclear rhetoric intensified during the 1999 Kargil War and after major terrorist attacks in India. After the 2001 Parliament attack, India mobilized its military for potential punitive strikes. India called it Operation Parakram. General Khalid Kidwai, head of Pakistan's strategic forces, then publicly spoke of 4 red lines that could prompt nuclear use. After the 2016, 2019 and 2025 terrorist attacks by Pakistan, India launched cross-border strikes, the 2016 surgical strikes, 2019 Balakot strikes and the 2025 Operation Sindoor. Pakistan responded with nuclear saber rattling each time. Now contrast this to India's approach. Amid Operation Parakram of 2002, India responded to the then Pakistan President and Army Chief General Pervez Musharraf's nuclear threats with wit. Nirupama Rao, the then MEA spokesperson who later became India's Foreign Secretary, had said this at a press conference. "We are not impressed." This came as a googly for Musharraf. India had outwitted and exposed Musharraf. India has thus never entertained Pakistan's nuclear blackmail. Instead, India has always acted as a responsible nuclear power. India's calibrated strikes under Operation Sindoor did not target Pakistan's nuclear infrastructure. India has always adhered to the 1988 India-Pakistan non-attack agreement that commits the two nuclear-armed neighbors to abstain from attacking each other's nuclear installations to avoid triggering a nuclear catastrophe. India also has a no first use policy for nuclear weapons, which Pakistan doesn't. That policy means that India pledges to use nuclear weapons only in retaliation to a nuclear attack and not as a first strike. No first use policy was adopted by India after its 1998 nuclear tests. India reaffirmed it in its 1999 draft nuclear doctrine. That doctrine states that nuclear weapons are solely for deterrence and will not be used first. Now see this.
9 और 10 की दरमियानी रात में तकरीबन 2:30 बजे सिपह सलार जनरल सईद आसिम मुनीर ने मुझे सिक्योर फ़ोन पे मुझे बताया कि वज़ीर-ए-आज़म साहब, हिंदुस्तान ने अपने बैलिस्टिक मिसाइल अभी लॉन्च किए हैं, एक नूर खान एयरपोर्ट पे गिरा है और कुछ और दूसरे इलाकों में गिरे हैं।
An admission by Pakistan's Prime Minister that India's ballistic missiles hit Noor Khan Air Base and several other locations in Pakistan. Sargodha and Noor Khan are close to Pakistan's nuclear-related infrastructure. While Noor Khan Air Base in Rawalpindi is adjacent to Pakistan's Strategic Plans Division, which manages its nuclear arsenal, the Mushaf Air Base in Sargodha district lies only 20 kilometers from Kirana Hills, the same place where Pakistan's nuclear weapons are said to be stored in underground tunnels. India's hit 20 kilometers away from Kirana Hills shook Pakistan. There were whispers in social media circles in Pakistan of a nuclear leak, but the Indian Air Force set the record straight.
Social media, the Twitter is abuzz with the fact that we hit a site called Kirana Hills, which is supposed to be the nuclear storage facility. And there is a lot of rumors about Sargodha. There are foreign analysts who've mentioned that the Sargodha attack led to certain leaks. Is there a confirmation that we actually hit Kirana Hills, or we were careful of not to do any such thing? Thank you.
Thank you for telling us that Kirana Hill houses some nuclear installation. We did not know about it. Okay. And we've not hit Kirana Hills, whatever is there.
World's atomic energy watchdog, the Vienna-based IAEA or International Atomic Energy Agency, confirmed there had been no radiation leak or release from any nuclear facility in Pakistan. There was no authoritative statement on any such leak or release from Pakistan or any other government or reputed organization. That's good reason to put all the irresponsible rumor-mongering around nuclear leak to rest. Pakistan has around 170 nuclear warheads. Now guess who is the biggest danger to them? The answer is Pakistan-based terrorists. These terrorists have attacked Pakistan's nuclear weapons program on multiple occasions. In November 2007, the Sargodha missile storage facility was targeted by a suicide attack. This site is linked to Pakistan's nuclear arsenal. In December 2007 and August 2012, the Kamra Air Base was attacked multiple times by terrorists. Kamra is widely believed to host nuclear-capable assets. In August 2008, twin suicide bombings targeted Waha Cantonment, a major armament complex considered a key nuclear weapons assembly site. Dozens were killed. In July 2009, a bus carrying employees of Khan Research Laboratories, a key nuclear facility, was attacked by a suicide bomber. In October 2009 and August 2012, there were twin attacks on the Minhas Air Force Base. Terrorists breached the security both the times, and in the 2012 attack, aircraft were damaged. David Albright, president of the US-based Institute for Science and International Security, wrote in 2002 about the possibility of Sultan Bashiruddin Mahmud, once a senior official in Pakistan's nuclear weapons program, passing on nuclear knowledge, equipment or materials to the Taliban and Al-Qaeda. Remember, Osama bin Laden had told a Pakistani journalist that he already has nuclear weapons. Mahmoud was sanctioned by the United Nations and the US after reports emerged that he provided Osama bin Laden with sensitive information about chemical, biological, and nuclear weapons. Given Pakistan's track record, its nuclear blackmail, the threat of terror attacks on its nuclear weapon sites, and the likelihood of such weapons falling into the hands of terrorists, India thinks IAEA's supervision is a must.
आज आतंकवाद के खिलाफ भारत की प्रतिज्ञा कितनी कठोर है, इसका पता इसी बात से चलता है कि हमने उनके न्यूक्लियर ब्लैकमेल की भी परवाह नहीं की है। पूरी दुनिया ने देखा है कि कैसे गैर जिम्मेदाराना तरीके से पाकिस्तान द्वारा भारत को अनेक बार एटमी धमकियां दी गई हैं। ऐसे गैर जिम्मेदार और रोग नेशन के हाथों में परमाणु हथियार सुरक्षित हैं। मैं दुनिया के सामने यह सवाल खड़ा करना चाहता हूं। मैं मानता हूं कि पाकिस्तान के एटमी हथियारों को IAEA इंटरनेशनल एटॉमिक एनर्जी एजेंसी कि निगरानी में लिया जाना चाहिए, मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा और साफ तौर पर कहना चाहूंगा।
Do you know that Pakistan, that keeps dangling the nuclear threat, has a controversial nuclear weapons program history? Pakistan's nuclear weapons program began in 1972, shortly after it was defeated by India in the 1971 war, which led to the creation of Bangladesh. The program was initiated by Pakistan's then Prime Minister Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. India's 1974 nuclear test, called Smiling Buddha or Pokhran 1, accelerated Pakistan's efforts. Pakistan's program advanced rapidly with the help of Abdul Qadir Khan, colloquially known as the father of Pakistan's atomic weapons program. As per reports, A.Q. Khan had brought stolen uranium enrichment designs from Europe to Pakistan. Under him, Pakistan established the Kahuta facility and built a clandestine procurement network to acquire sensitive materials and technology. Pakistan conducted its first nuclear test in May 1998, days after India's second round of nuclear tests of Pokhran 2. That's when Pakistan officially joined the group of nuclear-armed states. But the most controversial episode came in the early 2000s when it became known that A.Q. Khan had led a global proliferation network selling nuclear technology and designs to Iran, North Korea, and Libya. Khan admitted to his role in 2004 and was placed under house arrest. This episode deeply damaged Pakistan's reputation globally. Although Khan's network was supposedly shut down in 2004, in June 2008, investigators discovered electronic blueprints in Switzerland, Thailand, and elsewhere of nuclear weapons similar to those developed in Pakistan. The blueprints caused nuclear non-proliferation experts to ask if the plans had been transferred to present or former customers of the Khan network, or even fallen into the hands of non-state actors such as terrorists interested in developing an atomic weapon. US and Western intelligence agencies and non-proliferation experts widely believe that China too provided Pakistan with key nuclear weapons design information, highly enriched uranium, and critical materials such as ring magnets for uranium enrichment, though China officially denies transferring nuclear weapons technology to Pakistan. To sum it up, Pakistan's nuclear program is marked by secretive development and the A.Q. Khan proliferation scandal. These factors make Pakistan's nuclear weapons program one of the most controversial globally. Pakistan is not just one of the 9 countries with nuclear weapons. It is also a hotbed of global jihadism, where military and intelligence services use terrorist networks to advance their regional goals. And even though some Pakistani officials claim that their nuclear assets are secure, evidence, including internal Pakistani documents, suggests otherwise. India's terse response shows that Pakistan will never succeed in its nuclear blackmail. It is now for the rest of the world to pay heed and see Pakistan as the biggest danger to its own nuclear arsenal. The IAEA too must tighten the screws on a nuclear belligerent Pakistan. That's it in this edition of Connecting the Dots. We'll see you in the next episode with more raging issues. Until then, it's a goodbye from all of us in the Delhi newsroom. This is Munmun Bhattacharya signing off. Take care and stay safe.